Hi everyone and welcome to this new grammar video. So today's video is about pronouns. A pronoun usually refers to something already mentioned in a sentence or piece of text. They are used instead of nouns to prevent repetition of the noun to which they refer. So this is the main objective of using pronouns, is to replace a noun in order to prevent repetition. Pronouns take the place of nouns in sentences. Pronouns work in sentences the same way as nouns. So here, pronouns work in sentences the same way as nouns. So we don't have any difference of meaning if we use pronouns in place of nouns. Pronouns are used so that nouns are not repeated. A pronoun generally refers back to a noun that was written earlier. There are many different kinds of pronouns. Each kind has different forms and rules for when it is used. So let's begin with personal pronouns. So just here is to precise that there are three categories of personal pronouns. There are subject personal pronouns, object personal pronouns, and possessive personal pronouns. So now we'll see the subject personal pronouns. Personal pronouns refer to a specific person or persons. The personal pronouns are I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. These are the subject personal pronouns. So let's repeat the subject personal pronouns I, he, she, you, it, we, and they. So let's give some examples. We are going to the meeting in the same car. So we is the subject personal pronoun. She is going to send the fax now. She is a subject personal pronoun. Now let's go to the object personal pronoun. The other cases are objective and possessive. Objective case means a pronoun usually is the object of the verb or preposition in a sentence. So the object pronoun is used as the object of a verb or a preposition. It is the object of a verb or the object of a preposition. And objective pronouns are me, him, her, us, and them. Let's repeat again. Me, him, her, us, and them. Let's give some examples. The metal chair gave him an electric shock. Him is an object personal pronoun, and it is the object of the verb give. Let us finalize the contract. So us is an object personal pronoun and it is the object of the verb let. Frank took a phone message for her. So her is the object personal pronoun and it is the object of the preposition for. When there is linking verb in a sentence, the pronoun that follows it must be in the subjective, not objective case. A common linking verb is any form of the verb such as is, are, was, and were. So here we are speaking about linking verbs. And just to remember that linking verbs are is, are, was, were. So each time you find these linking verbs in the sentence, and then you should use a subject pronoun and not an object pronoun. For example, this is she speaking. This is she speaking. So we have a linking verb is. So we should use a subject pronoun she. And it is wrong to say this is her speaking. The possessive case pronoun shows ownership. Now let's go to possessive pronouns. And possessive pronouns show ownership. The possessive pronouns are my, mine, our, ours, his, her, hers, their, theirs. Let's repeat again. My, mine, our, ours, his, her, hers, their, theirs. Let's give some examples. My boss approves of my conducting of the interview. Michael bumped his hip against the desk. Only the personal pronouns have these three cases. All other types of pronouns only have their regular dictionary form and the possessive case. The exception is the relative pronoun who, whom is the objective case and whose is the possessive case. So here they remember us that personal pronouns are divided into three cases. We have the subject personal pronoun, the object personal pronoun, and the possessive personal pronouns. And we have other types of pronouns that we will see later. So let's go to relative pronouns. Now, relative pronouns. Relative pronouns are which, that, who, whom. Let's repeat again. Which, that, who, whom. Relative pronouns relate groups of words to nouns or other pronouns. So here relative pronouns connect a group of words to nouns or other pronouns. For example, the secretary gave 3 boxes to the mailman who entered the office. That and which can only refer to things. Who and whom can only refer to people. Who is used as the subject of a sentence or a clause. Whom is always the object of a verb or prepositional phrase. So here the difference between who and whom. Who is used as the subject of a sentence. So we will find it at the beginning of the sentence. Whom we can find it at the beginning or in the middle of the sentence, but it is the object of a verb or a preposition. For example, he doesn't know whom to assign to the project. Whom is the object of the verb to assign. It is the object of the verb to assign. He doesn't know whom to assign to the project. Who will be assigned to the project has not been decided. Who will be assigned to the project has not been decided. Who is the subject of the verb will be assigned. So here who is used as the subject and whom is used as the object. Let's go to reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns show that the sentence subject also receives the action of the verb in the sentence. So reflexive pronouns show that the subject receives the action of the verb. And just to refer to our last video about reflexive pronouns and intensive pronouns to see the difference between them. Because just to summarize that we have said in that video that we can't remove reflexive pronouns in the sentence, but intensive pronouns could be removed in the sentence, and that is one of the main differences between reflexive pronouns and intensive pronouns, because they are the same. So reflexive pronouns have the same form as intensive ones, a personal pronoun plus self, myself, yourself, himself, ourselves, themselves. So these are intensive and reflexive pronouns. We use a reflexive pronoun as a direct object when the subject and the object of a verb are the same. So when the subject and the object of the verb are the same, they are considered as an object of the verb. For example, you might injure yourself. You might injure yourself. Objective or possessive pronouns are mistakenly used when a reflexive one is needed. So it is correct to say help yourself to whatever you need, and it is incorrect to say help you to whatever you need. Let's go to intensive pronouns. Intensive pronouns add emphasis to the subject, a noun or another pronoun. They are also called emphatic appositives. That means that they do not need to refer to the subject. They can refer to any old noun or pronoun in the sentence. Reflexive pronouns and intensive pronouns are kind of like identical twins. Himself, herself, myself, yourself, themselves, ourselves. So here it is just to say that for intensive pronouns, they are used to emphasize the noun or the subject. Their uses is mainly directed toward emphasis. So, and also that the reflexive and intensive pronouns are identical. Himself, herself, myself, yourself, themselves, ourselves. You'll usually find the intensive pronoun right after the noun or pronoun is modifying, but not necessarily. Let's give some examples of intensive pronouns. I made a sandwich for the president himself. He himself made the coffee. You can take himself out of the sentence and it would still make sense. We can say he made the coffee. It is grammatically correct. But to add the emphasis, we use himself. He himself made the coffee. We went to hear the man himself speak. Since intensive pronouns is used for emphasis, it is not necessary for the sentence. It does not give us any new information. You can take it out for the sentence and the sentence still makes sense. Let's now go to indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns function as nouns, but they do not replace a noun. So indefinite pronouns uh, uh, are considered as their function is the same as nouns, and they do not replace a noun. So indefinite pronouns include everybody and some. Everybody and some. For example, everybody admires the company's president. Everybody is an indefinite pronoun because it does not replace any noun in the sentence. Everybody admires the company's president. Demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns identify or point to nouns. Demonstrative pronouns include this, that, and such. This, that, such. For example, this is the cup he used. So the noun is cup, and this it identifies the noun that is cup. This is the cup he used. Interrogative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns include questions. Introduce questions. Interrogative pronouns include who, whom, what, which. Who, whom, what, which. Who will be making a speech tonight? Whom did you tell? What do you want? Which came first? Which will be which the doctor see first? So, who is the subject personal pronoun? Whom is the object personal pronoun. What is used for things. Which is used for persons and things. Whose is used for persons. Note that the possessive pronoun whose can also be an interrogative pronoun, an interrogative possessive pronoun. Pronoun agreement with the noun. One general rule for all pronouns is that a singular noun must be replaced with a singular pronoun. Also, a plural noun must be replaced with a plural pronoun. For example, I is a singular subject pronoun. I have to do a presentation tomorrow for my manager. So my should be singular in object, personal pronoun in singular, both in singular. The same for plural. The employees want their afternoon break to start later. It is important to remember that any word with an every, like everybody, everyone, or everything, is singular, not plural. Therefore, every type words need a singular pronoun like his or her, and not a plural one like their. So here, uh, every word that begins with every is considered as singular and not plural. So, and the pronoun that will replace it should be in singular form. So we use his and her, and we don't use their. For example, everybody needs to hand in his report to the manager. And it is incorrect to say everybody needs to hand in their report to the manager. Another general rule is that the pronoun must have the same gender, feminine, masculine, or neuter, as the noun it replaces. For example, Julie wants to upgrade her computer software. So Julie is in the feminine, is a proper noun in the feminine proper noun, and so should use her in the object feminine pronoun. Julie wants to upgrade her computer software. The computer had a new software installed on its hard drive. So computer is a neuter noun and it is a neuter pronoun, so we should use its. So that is all for today's video, and see you later for another video.